in the cold silence of the digital universe. Before Bitcoin became a global obsession, it was just a whisper, a line of code, a strange idea circulating in the darkest corners of the internet. Many dismissed it, some feared it, a few believed it. But no one, absolutely no one, understood how deeply it would cut into the foundations of the financial world. This is the story of how a mysterious invention challenged centuries of banking power and forced humanity to rethink what money really is. It begins long before Bitcoin, long before computers even existed. Money, in its earliest form, was trust. Trust that a piece of metal had value. Trust that kings, emperors, and later, banks, would honor their promise. For thousands of years, money belonged to the powerful, and the powerful controlled everything: trade, kingdoms, wars, and people's futures. Then the modern banking system emerged, centralized, structured, and seemingly unstoppable. It became the beating heart of the global economy. But with great power came great failures, crashes, bank runs, inflation. People suffered, yet the system remained untouched. Fast forward to 2008. The world was imploding. The global financial crisis had destroyed millions of lives. Banks failed, governments panicked, and people realized a painful truth. Their money was not truly theirs. In the middle of this chaos, something strange happened. A paper quietly appeared on an online cryptography mailing list. Just 9 pages. No flashy marketing. No real identity. The author called himself Satoshi Nakamoto. No one knew who he was. A genius. A group. A government. An illusion. But the idea inside those 9 pages, that was real Bitcoin. A currency with no king, no government, no bank. Only math. Satoshi's dream was simple, yet radical. Create a form of money that no one could control and no one could corrupt. Bitcoin wasn't printed. It wasn't issued by a bank. It wasn't tied to gold or any government. It lived on a digital ledger, blockchain maintained by thousands of anonymous computers around the world. No single point of failure. No central authority. Pure freedom, or pure chaos, depending on who you asked. At first, hardly anyone paid attention. Forums laughed at it. Magic internet money, they called it. Worthless, strange, impossible. Yet in January 2009, block number 1 was created. The Bitcoin network was officially alive. But what Satoshi embedded inside the code of that very first block still haunts economists today. A hidden message. A newspaper headline. The Times 3. Jan 2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. It was a statement. A warning, a rebellion. This was not just technology. It was a protest. As the world healed from the financial crisis, a small circle of believers began to mine Bitcoin. Slowly, block by block, the network grew. And then came the first real-world transaction, 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. At the time, it seemed laughable. Today, those coins are worth hundreds of millions. But back then, it was a miracle. It proved Bitcoin had real-world value. As word spread, Bitcoin attracted dreamers, rebels, programmers, libertarians, and eventually, criminals. Darknet markets embraced it. The media labeled it dangerous shadow money and a tool for the underground. But while governments focused on the dark side, something much bigger was happening. People around the world, especially in countries with failing currencies, began to see Bitcoin as hope. The people of Venezuela, Zimbabwe, and Greece watched their national currencies collapse. Yet Bitcoin remained beyond the reach of politicians and bankers. The cause and effect chain grew unstoppable. The more governments attacked Bitcoin, the more people became curious. The more institutions ignored it, the more individuals embraced it. The more critics called it a bubble, the more it rose in value. By 2017, Bitcoin exploded into mainstream consciousness. Everyone, from Wall Street traders to your next-door neighbor, wanted a piece. Prices skyrocketed. Fortunes were made overnight. And just as quickly, fortunes were destroyed. Volatility became Bitcoin's shadow. Uncertainty became its companion. Then came the regulators. Governments realized Bitcoin was not going away. Some tried to ban it. Others tried to control it. A few embraced it. But all of them knew one thing. Bitcoin was a threat not to people, but to power. Because Bitcoin challenged the very idea of who gets to decide what money is. And then, Satoshi Nakamoto vanished. No goodbye. No interview. No trace. The creator of $1 trillion idea disappeared like a ghost, leaving behind theories that still ignite debates today. Was Bitcoin designed to free humanity, or to destabilize it? Was Satoshi a hero, or a warning? As the years passed, Bitcoin survived every attack thrown at it. Hacks, crashes, bans, media panic, market manipulation, government pressure. And each time it fell, it rose again. Not because it was perfect, but because it represented something people were desperate for. A chance to be in control of their own wealth. The climax came when major institutions, those same banks Bitcoin was meant to challenge, began investing in it. Hedge funds bought it. Corporations added it to their balance sheets. Entire countries considered adopting it. The rebels had built a revolution, and the world's financial giants wanted to join. Yet this brought a new risk. If Bitcoin became part of the same system it wanted to escape, would it lose its purpose? Would the revolution be absorbed by the very enemy it fought? This is the paradox that shapes Bitcoin's story today. It is both freedom and speculation, both innovation and risk, both future and uncertainty. But one thing is undeniable. Bitcoin forced humanity to ask a question it had ignored for centuries: who should control money? A king? A bank? A government? Or the people? As you watch this video, the world stands on the edge of a financial transformation. Central bank digital currencies are rising. Cash is disappearing. Inflation is reshaping economies. And Bitcoin, it remains a symbol of rebellion, of hope, of fear. Maybe Bitcoin will change the world forever. Maybe it will fade into history as a beautiful, brilliant experiment. Or maybe, just maybe, it is only the beginning of a bigger revolution waiting to unfold. Because the real story of Bitcoin isn't about price charts, technology, or mining machines. It's about human psychology: fear, greed, trust, power, freedom. It's about a species searching for fairness in a system built on control. Bitcoin didn't just challenge the financial world, it exposed it. And whether you see it as revolution or risk, its impact is already written. In code, in history, and in the minds of millions who now believe that money can be something more. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the forces that shape our world.